Hello everybody, myself Prashant Mukhopadhyay, faculty member Electrical Engineering Department, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. In the last class of Electric Machine 2, so we have discussed about excitation systems of synchronous machines and then EMF equations of the synchronous generator. So today actually we will discuss about the equivalent circuit. So before coming into the equivalent circuit, we can from the last class we can say that in three coils of each of if it is NC turns placed around the rotor magnetic field, the induced in each coil will have the same magnitude and phases differing by 120 degree EMF voltage is induced actually. So let us suppose these are the coils. This is for phase A, this is for phase B, and this is for phase C. And see, these are actually how much it is 120 degree phase apart. So basically, it is lagging behind say 120 degree. So actually it will be then EMF induced in coil A or A dash should be equal to NC phi omega m cos omega m t, and it is if it is B coil BB. So basically this is actually this minus 120 degree. This is NC phi omega m cos omega m t minus 120 degree, and for C coil ECC NC phi omega m cos omega m t minus 240 degree or omega m t plus 120 degree. So the peak voltage of course will be it is equal to NC phi omega m, and this Emax that is the peak voltage. So it will be if we put this omega m equal to twice phi f, so this will be twice phi NC phi f. So RMS value of this armature EMF, actually this is the armature voltage. If it is sometimes it is called excitation EMF EF, or since it is induced in the armature conductor, so EA it will twice pi by root 2 NC phi f, that is root 2 pi NC phi f. So and so internal generated voltage of this synchronous generators, so this magnitude of this internal generated voltage induced in a given stator is therefore equal to root 2 pi NC phi f. So if we take this as a constant, so root 2 pi NC, so this is actually it will be number of turns actually. So this will be K phi omega. So this is actually K is a constant. So and representing the construction of the machines, and it depends on the construction of the machines, and phi is the flux unit, and omega is the rotational speed. So basically magnetization curve will be like this. This is the field current, and this is the developed flux. So it will be gradually, it will be built up, and after it's reaching its final value, it will be saturated. So it will be like this. And this is the induced EMF. This is the field current generating the field flux or main flux, and this is the excitation EMF or armature EMF. And when the machine is rotating at a synchronous speed, so this will be like this. So this is the magnetization or sometimes open circuit characteristics of a synchronous machine. So since flux in the machines depends on the field current, to which the internal generated voltage is a function of the rotor field current. So with this basic idea information, so we can generate the equivalent circuit of synchronous generators. So this internally generated voltage in a single phase of a synchronous machines, that is EA, is not usually the voltage appearing at the terminals, because it equals to the output voltage V phi only when there is no armature current in the machines, and this is the actual open circuit voltage or no load voltage, and the reasons that the armature voltage here is not equal to the output voltage V phi because distortion of the air gap magnetic field caused by the current flowing in the stator, that is due to the armature reaction, and self-inductance of the armature coils and resistance of the armature coils. So these are the three factors, which is one is armature reaction, another is the armature coil self-inductance or leakage self-inductance, and another is resistance of the armature coils. So these are the factors. So basically, this part and this completely consists the synchronous impedance actually part. Okay, so take due to that actually the open circuit or no load voltage will be less than the internally generated or excitation EMF EA or EF, whatever it is. So let us with this we can proceed towards the equivalent circuit formation. So let us take the armature reactions part. So when the rotor of a synchronous generator is spinning, a voltage EA is induced in the stator. So that's all we know. So this is the say rotor. So it is spinning in this anti-clockwise direction, and this is the maximum EMF. Okay, and say this is actually resultant say flux density, and this is actually rotating in the synchronous speed. If it is for lagging load, so before we come to the point first here. So when the load is connected, a current starts flowing, creating a magnetic field in the machine stator. Okay, so when load is connected to the say machine connected, the current starts flowing and creating a magnetic field in the machine's stator. So this stator magnetic field, so this is called BS actually, adds the rotor or main magnetic field BR, affecting the total magnetic field, and therefore the phase voltage will also be different. So this is actually like load. So this is actually open circuited voltage or no load voltage. Okay, and this is actually a stator induced EMF. This is armature E stat actually. So this is G phi equal to EF plus E stat. So G resultant equal to BR plus net actually BR plus BS. So this is actually BR. This is BS. So this induced say E stator. Okay. So actually, if we go to this way, so the load current IA will create a stator magnetic field BS. So that is shown here. So this load current IA. So this is creating the stator magnetic field BS. Okay, so that is stator induced EMF will be here due to this. Here. Now, so this BS will produce an armature reaction voltage E stat. This is the in the stator. So this is armature reaction voltage. Okay, therefore the phase voltage will be V phi equal to EA plus E stat armature reaction voltage. So net magnetic flux will be, so this BR rotor field plus stator field. So that is actually discussed here also empirically. Oh, this is actually armature current, so which it is producing stator field. Okay, and this stator field will induce say armature EMF. Actually, this is actually armature reaction voltage. Okay, so now for lagging load, so this V phi actually this is Br plus Bs. Okay, rotor magnetic field and stator magnetic field will create the net magnetic field. So B net should be Br plus Bs, and this phase voltage should be equal to this excitation EMF plus armature reaction voltage. Okay, so this is actually IMX. As a result, so we can conclude this: the net magnetic flux will be B net equal to Br plus Bs, and phase voltage should be equal to this excitation EMF or induced EMF in the stator, and this is the armature reaction voltage. Okay. Now, since the armature, if we represent it in this way, so the armature reaction voltage lags the current by 90 degree. It can be modeled by this JXIA. This is the armature reaction voltage, and it is lagging behind. So this is the J for representing 90 degree, and for lagging, this is minus. So armature reaction voltage is equal to minus JXIA. So X is the armature reactance. So reaction reactance actually. So we can write down, so write this phase voltage is V phi equal to A minus. So if we replace E stat, so it will be minus JXIA. So however, the addition to armature reactance effect, the stator coil has a self-inductance L, XA also is the corresponding reactance, and the stator has resistance RA, and the phase voltage is thus will be EA minus JXIA plus JXAIA, that is the reactance corresponding to the self-inductance, and this is the resistance drop. Okay, so actually if we take in this way, so basically this is the equation. This will be like this, V phi. Okay, and if we take into all these things in consideration, so the when armature reactance and self-inductance are combined to the synchronous reactance of the machine, that is X is equal to X plus XA. This is actually if we go here, this is due to leakage reactance actually, and this is armature reaction reactance. So correspondingly is this armature leakage reactance, and the reaction reactance is combining together will form the synchronous reactance. So as a result, so this is the synchronous reactance X plus XA. Therefore the phase voltage will be V phi equal to EA JXSIA minus RIA. Okay, so the equivalent circuit of a three-phase synchronous generator, so that is shown here. So and the adjusted resistor R adjust is controls the field current and therefore the rotor magnetic field. So if we go here from these equations, we can write so this is like this. So V phi equal to EA minus this minus JXIA, and from that if we come to this armature reactance and self-inductance together, so this will combining this actually is the synchronous reactance XS, and this is the armature resistance. So actually part phase stator equivalent circuit will be like this. So this is like this. Okay, this is phase 1, this is phase 2, and this is phase 3, and this is actually rotor circuit say equivalent circuit. So this is actually a field voltage, which is a DC voltage. This is the field resistor, and this is the field coil reactance. So this is self-inductance. So basically this. So if this is actually responsible for creating the main field, and as a result in the three phases, this is for coil A, this is for actually in three phases, so EA1, EA2 and EA3. These are the three phases voltage like this. So I think this is all about in addition to armature reactance effect, the stator coil has self-inductance, that is armature by LA, and X is the corresponding reactance, and the stator has a resistance RA also. So therefore, the phase voltage, as I told you, that is will be in internal voltage, that is generated voltage or excitation EMF, minus JXIA. So that is actually due to armature reaction reactance due to, and this is the armature leakage reactance. So, and this is armature resistance. So actually phase voltage will be this induced EMF minus this IA into RA plus JX plus XA. So this is actually armature reaction reactance, and this is armature leakage reactance. Okay, so if we take into this consideration, so actually this X plus XA of armature reactance and self-inductance reactance, that is the self leakage reactance. So it will give you the synchronous reactance of the machine, and therefore this equation can be written as the phase voltage will be EMF, induced EMF or excitation EMF minus this JXSIA minus RIA. So this can be again written as this phase voltage should be equal to excitation EMF minus JIA into R plus XS. This R plus XS is basically is the synchronous impedance. Okay, and the equivalent circuit of a three-phase synchronous generator will be like this, as I told you. So this is the armature resistance, this is the armature actually synchronous reactance. Okay, and this circuit is the field circuit. So basically this R adjustable is the resistors adjustable, which is connected to control the field current and therefore the rotor magnetic field. Okay, so with this actually synchronous generator either can be connected in the star or delta connected fashions, and if that is the case, though in that case synchronous generator can be either star or delta connected if it is the case. So this terminal, take the case of this star connected one. So this is for a phase. This is this plus this say synchronous reactance, resistance, and this is actually a terminal voltage. Okay, the same thing is happening for this. This is actually line current. Okay, this is actually armature current. So this actually is the phase voltage. Okay, this is actually the phase voltage. So this is phase voltage. This is phase voltage. But between these two phases, so the voltage is the terminal voltage is the, this is the line voltage. Okay. So in that case, this terminal voltage is the √3 times the phase voltage. This is for star connection. And if you see this picture, this diagram, so basically this is the phase voltage, and same thing. This is line voltage also. So actually, this terminal voltage between two phases actually is the same phase voltage. So that is the phase voltage and line voltage are same. So this is line current. Okay. So this is for say delta connection. So from here we are finding that from this equivalent circuit of synchronous generator for star connected fashions and for delta connected way, the line voltage or terminal voltage should be the √3 times the phase voltage for star connection, and for delta connection, say line voltage or terminal voltage should be equal to the phase voltage. Okay, and that is shown here. Clear? So One more thing you have to know, so to get the equivalent circuit. So since for balanced loads, so the three phases of a synchronous generators are identical except for phase angles. So power phase equivalent circuit will be like this. So this is actually the rotor circuit equivalent circuit, and this is for the stator or armature circuit. So this is field circuit, and this is the armature circuit. So this is the field current. This is the field resistance. That is a field coil resistance plus the R adjustable. That is given here actually. So if you go here, so this actually. So, okay. So this one actually, this together will give you the basic say field resistors. So that's why it is shown this vary this resistance basically to control the field current or in you can say is to control the main magnetic field. And this is a power phase equivalent circuit for the armature side. So this is actually, so this is field voltage, this is actually phase voltage, and this is the excitation EMF or internal EMF induced in the armature coil. This is synchronous reactance, this is the armature resistance, and this is the armature current. So this is power phase equivalent circuits of the synchronous generators. Okay, so now actually we'll come to the phasor diagram part. Okay, so this actually, if we since the phasor diagram of a synchronous generator similar to that of a transformer, so will be like this. Since the voltages in synchronous generators are in AC voltages, they are usually expressed as phasors. So a vector plot of voltages and current within one phase is called its phasor diagram. So if it is if the resistive load, so current and armature phase voltage and current are in phase. So if we take this say phase voltage as the reference phasor, so and if we add up with this armature resistance drop IARA and armature reactance drop say synchronous impedance reactance drop, so this will be perpendicular, so Jx is Ia, and if we add this Vs V5 or phase voltage plus this armature resistance drop plus this synchronous reactance drop, so we'll vectorial addition will give you the induced EMF or excitation EMF in the armature. So if it is a lagging power factor case, so armature current will lagging behind the phase voltage, say this is the lagging angle. So armature resistance drop will be in parallel with this armature current. So this will be IARA, and perpendicular to this, so will give you the armature synchronous reactance drop. So this V5 plus IARA plus JXSIA will give you the excitation EMF in case of inductive load. So that is the lagging power factor. So a larger than for a leading power factor internal generated EMF. So is needed to form the same phase voltage. So for leading power factor or capacitive load, so say this is the phase voltage, this is the leading armature current. So this will be IARA. So armature resistance drop, and this perpendicular to this is will be synchronous reactance drop, and if you add up all this vectorically, so V5 plus IRA plus JIXS will give you the excitation EMF or the excitation voltage of the leading power factor load. Okay, so basically to the three quantities must be determined in order to describe the generator model. So this is the relationship between field current and the flux, and therefore between the field current and the internal generated EMF or excitation EMF or EA, so, and the synchronous reactance and the armature resistance. So this two can be done by first set of open circuit test. As I told you, this is the terminal voltage versus the field current plot. So this is OCC characteristics. The generator is rotated at a rated speed, and all the terminals are disconnected from the loads. The field current is set to 0 first, and then next field current is increased in steps, and the phase voltage which is equal to the internal generated voltage sin. The armature current is 0. Since the armature current is 0, no, it is not. Okay. So actually is measure like this. Since the unsaturated core of the machine has a reluctance thousands times more than the reluctance of air gap, the resulting flux increases linearly fast, and when the saturation is reached, the core's reactance greatly increases, causing the flux to increase much slower with the increased diameter. So that is why this is the air gap line. Okay, so and in short circuit test, the generator is rotated at a rated speed. With the field current is set to 0 first, and all the terminals are circuiting through ammeters, short-circuited through ammeters, and next the field current is increased in steps, and the armature current IA is measured as the field current is increased. The plot of armature current or line current versus the field current is short-circuit characteristics of the generator. Okay. So this is the short circuit test. This is actually IA versus IF, and the short circuit test is a straight line for the short circuited terminals. The magnitude of the armature current is IA equal to E. So this is EA by 2 over RA square plus X square. And the equivalent generator circuits during short circuit will be like this. Okay. So the resulting phasor diagram will be like this: V5 0 volt, and this is actually IA, this is IARA, and JX. This is JX. Yeah. Okay. So this is induced EMF. So an approximate method of determining the synchronous reactance axis at a given field current, give the internal generated voltage A from the OCC and the field current, get the short circuit current IASC and the field current from the SCC, find XS. So XS equal to A by IASC. There's a terminal internal machine's impedance is ZS equal to root over this, and so A equal to A by IASC, that's equal to if we, since XS is very large than RA. Okay. So a drawback of this method is that the internal generated voltage GA is measured during OCC when the machine can be saturated for large field currents, while the armature current is measured in SCC while the core is unsaturated. Therefore, the approach is inaccurate for unsaturated cores only. So this approach is accurate for unsaturated cores only, and the approximate value of the synchronous reactance varies with the degree of saturation of the OCC. Therefore, the value of the synchronous reactance for a given problem should be estimated at the approximate load of the machine, and the windings resistance can be approximated by applying a DC voltage to a stationary machine's winding and measuring the current. However, AC resistance is highly larger than the DC resistance due to skin effect. So this is actually OCC, this is air gap line, this is SCC, this is the variation of XS, and this is XS versus this is XS or IA, or this is VT. So that's actually in a quick way. This is the actually in a quick way, this is actually the equivalent circuit. So here we'll discuss some problems, and later on now actually what we have seen in the open circuit, say equivalent circuit, that is actually this equivalent circuit is having these two components RA and XS. To find this XS, we are using the OCC and SCC. There's open circuit test and short circuit test, and RX will be measured by the DC resistance test. So from this we can get this resistances also, and as a result we can jolly well draw the equivalent circuit of the synchronous generators. So that's all about the equivalent circuit.